nice day like this, you may want to go for a walk, but officials want you to keep safety in mind, and that's because there's been a growing number of pedestrians that have been hit on our streets, and that is causing police to have some concern. The latest stats from police say that from January 1st to February 13th, there were 182 instances where pedestrians were hit by vehicles, a 54% increase from last year.
It is a high number, and it's a number that's cause for concern.
It means so far this year, on average, 4 people have been hit by a vehicle every single day.
We want to send a message to pedestrians, cyclists, and drivers that we need to be focused on safety.
Sergeant Sean Shapiro from Toronto Police Traffic Services says above average temperatures may be playing a role in the uptick, but the weather isn't the only culprit.
So people either darting into traffic to cross the road because it's not specifically illegal, but it is dangerous, and not using signalized intersections, but also cars who think they can make it. They can get a little faster than they should be going, or they feel more confident sneaking a check of their email. All of these things are dangerous.
Advocates agree the warmer weather may be a factor, but also argue that Toronto's infrastructure isn't kind to those on foot.
We're just barely getting started on complete streets, which include bike lanes, which act as a buffer and slow cars down as they're coming around corners.
Lee Scott with pedestrian safety group Walk Toronto says they've been calling for the city to reduce speeds on arterial roads, particularly on the lakeshore where she lives. It's also the scene of Toronto's first traffic fatality of the year.
The gentleman who was killed at this corner was actually crossing well within his rights, not even mid-block or anything. He was just crossing.
That crash happened back on January 4th and also turned out to be a hit and run. The driver was eventually found, arrested, and charged. Scott adds the city can also invest more financially to protect the most vulnerable road users.
Wherever we can build complete streets as soon as possible is ideal, and lowering that speed limit and bringing whatever technology we need in to lower the speed limit. So there's just so much more we could be doing as a city to protect our pedestrians.
Now, if you're going out for the long weekend, Toronto Police out with some safety tips for you. It includes wearing bright clothing, especially when it's dark, lowering those AirPods, and of course, hitting that signal button before you cross the street. In Toronto, I'm Afua Baah for City News.